Hey guys, welcome back once again as we talk about Tesla's first quarter sales and what actually sparked their tremendous deliveries. Following up on our video on U.S. electric car sales in 2021, let's now look at sales of electric vehicles in the United States in the first quarter of 2022. Keep watching so that you don't miss out on important news today. But before we hit the ground running, please like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate the support. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for updates on more of our videos. Now, based on well-informed estimates of U.S. Tesla sales, the Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model 3 dominated sales of electric cars in the United States in the first quarter of 2022, just as in previous quarters. Furthermore, the Tesla Model S and Model X took third and fourth spots in the ranking, even though those totals are far, far below the Model 3 and Model Y totals. Distressingly, that means that the first non-Tesla electric vehicle in the ranking was in fifth place, with that honor going to the fun and practical Ford Mustang Mach-E. The Mustang Mach-E has been a hit with consumers, but supply is still greatly limited. That limited supply has also led to high markups of the electric SUV for some buyers. Before going further, though, let's look at the sales numbers with estimates for the Tesla models included, and then switch to sales numbers with Tesla excluded so that we can compare the rest of the field better. After the Mustang Mach-E, the next two models on the list are some of the newest models on the market, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6. Then you've got the trusty old Nissan Leaf. There's a weird blip in expectations here, though. The Volkswagen ID.4 has been sitting near the top of the list previously, second only to the Ford Mustang Mach-E and Tesla models in the fourth quarter of 2021, and third behind the Mach-E and the Chevy Bolt EV in the full year 2021. But that changed in 2022. It went from 4,463 sales in the fourth quarter of 2021 to a measly 2,755 sales in the first quarter of 2022. That dropped it well below the trusty old Leaf rather than a step above it. Below those larger volume models, there are now a few premium class models that are doing all right for their market segments. Those are the Mercedes EQS, Audi e-tron, and Porsche Taycan. Nonetheless, as good as the numbers look compared to some others, we're talking fewer than 10,000 sales a year at this pace. And that's basically the U.S. electric vehicle market in a nutshell. So while exploring how these models have seen their sales results change over the past 5 quarters, we've got more information about these sales. The most notable thing is the drop-off in Chevy Bolt EV sales in the fourth quarter of 2021 due to the battery issues GM was facing. The VW ID.4 slide after the third quarter of 2021 also stands out. Then at the end, there's the rise of the brand new Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia EV6, and Mercedes EQS. Otherwise, other notable models have moderate levels of ups and downs from quarter to quarter, all within the almost negligent range of a few hundred sales a quarter to a few thousand sales a quarter. Well, our main focus today is Tesla's catalyst for the massive first quarter 2022 results, so keep watching so that you don't miss out on the most interesting part of today's session. Now, Tesla's quarterly totals of 305,407 vehicles produced and 310,048 vehicles delivered included just 14,724 combined Model S and Model X vehicles delivered and 14,218 of those models purchased. That left 295,324 delivered and 305,407 made for Model 3 and Model Y combined. That's down slightly from the 305,840 vehicles it produced in the fourth quarter in 2021, but above that quarter in deliveries to a new quarterly delivery record. And it's up nearly 70% from the first quarter of 2021. It's also important to note that 17% of Model S and X are being leased, whereas just 3% of Model 3 and Y are leased. It's already pretty clear what Tesla's secret weapons for the first quarter of 2022 were. Looking at the numbers, we can deduce that Tesla's sales were impressive because of the high demand for the Model 3 and Model Y. Tesla CEO Elon Musk predicted during the first quarter of 2021 earnings call that the Model Y would quite likely be the world's best-selling car in the future. Since then, the Model Y has experienced tremendous consumer demand, recreating Musk's vision into a practical reality. We're already seeing that in the first quarter of 2022 deliveries. Demand has always been a strength for Tesla. For most of the company's history, orders for its vehicles have been well ahead of the company's ability to supply them. This was the case in 2021, and it's looking like it's continuing into 2022. Indeed, there's evidence that demand may be growing faster than production recently, even in the face of numerous price hikes for Tesla vehicles. So the all-electric automaker has raised its prices several times in the past several months on top of massive price hikes in 2021 that left its Model Y and Model 3 far from the relatively affordable models they were originally billed as. Its most affordable model for the U.S. market, the base Tesla Model 3 with an LFP battery pack, starts at $48,190. Tesla doesn't break down production deliveries or leasing ratio by market, and this marked the first quarter in which it was producing vehicles on 3 continents. The company claimed to have ramped up production at its factory near Berlin, Germany in the previous quarter, but delivered its first 30 Model Y vehicles to customers in March. Likewise, Tesla confirmed that production of Model Y started in late 2021 at its Texas plant. Meanwhile, the EV giant has temporarily halted production at its Shanghai plant due to a government-imposed lockdown. Last April, CEO Musk referred to California's stay-at-home orders during a COVID surge as fascistic and argued that it was limiting freedom. Tesla is an exception in China in that it's allowed to operate its own factory without a local partner. We believe the company will post even better results as the year goes by. For those unaware, Tesla typically has stronger quarters as the year moves on, with the fourth quarter being the big push to the end. This means when the first quarter deliveries are announced each year and they're much lower than the fourth quarter they follow, there's always talk about the demand for Tesla's vehicles falling off a cliff. It's not strange for any automaker to post impressive sales for the fourth quarter and then follow them up with a drop for the first quarter. But this time, we've already seen Tesla outperforming the fourth quarter of 2021 in terms of deliveries. So this is an even bigger reason for Tesla fans and investors to be more hopeful. Now, these are impressive results for Tesla within the context of the current supply chain issues and factory shutdowns due to COVID-19 restrictions in China. Unfortunately, those are expected to continue in the second quarter of 2022. Otherwise, Tesla would be well positioned to grow significantly during the quarter as it ramps up Gigafactory Berlin and Texas. Another problem is that the company also relies on supply from Gigafactory Shanghai and other suppliers in China, who could also suffer from the ongoing restrictions due to the surge in COVID-19 cases in the country. It should be another interesting quarter for the biggest EV automaker. The results are most impressive if we compare them to the same period last year, the first quarter of 2021, when Tesla produced 180,338 vehicles and delivered 184,800 vehicles. It represents a year-over-year increase in production of 69%, while most other automakers saw a reduction in production capacity over the last year due to supply chain issues. Tesla would have also done better if it didn't have to shut down Gigafactory Shanghai on 2 occasions last month due to COVID-19 restrictions. What do you think about the Tesla vehicles? Do you like any Tesla vehicle? And do you think they live up to the hype? Do you think Tesla could have done better without production restrictions in the first quarter of 2022? Feel free to engage us via the comments section. Once again, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.